Flosstube friends, it's time for the 100th episode. It's 100 episodes. What? Blowing my mind. Incredible. Welcome everybody. I am Annie Joyfield Stitcher, both here on YouTube, Flosstube, and over on Instagram. And you have reached my channel about cross-stitch, knitting, other crafty endeavors, life, and all the things that go along with that. And today marks my 100th regular Flosstube video. I've never missed a week in 100 videos. I have only, in those 100 videos, my first video was filmed on a Saturday. And I had one other video that was filmed on the Saturday. Besides that, every other regularly scheduled Flosstube has been on a Friday night. We call them Fun Friday Flosstube weekly updates. I want to welcome those of you that are returning, whether this is your first or 100th video or even more than 100, because this isn't my true 100th video on my channel, because there are extras. I did all 31 days of Flossmas. I did videos all last May, not all last May, but I did a lot of videos last May for Stitch Mania. Yeah, and then I've done craft room tours and stash dives and de-stash videos. So there's a lot of videos, but this video that many of you tune into week after week to hang out with me. You are my Flosstube friends. Thank you for joining me for whatever number, fill in the blank, but for this special 100th video. I say special. It's not like I have confetti or tootie horns or streamers, but it's hopefully going to be full of energy. I have some life update for you. I worked on some cool projects this week. I have a little bit of stash to share. I have a giveaway to announce from last week, and I have some stuff to give away this week. Not a huge giveaway, but some stuff to give away this week. So, I am going to show my shirt because like some of it's showing, but not all of it. And it may be, this is one of my most favorite shirts. I have it in black and this color. Went with this color today. And it says, if you've got a math problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out my hook while my DJ revolves it. I shall go no further with that song. So, thank you so much for joining me. It is Friday, April the 16th, 2021. I'm coming to you quite a bit earlier today. It is not even, or it's almost straight up 3 o'clock my time here in Texas. Today, I took a day off from work. I have a lot of time left before the last day of school, and our school does not roll them over. So if I don't use them, I lose them. And I had a doctor's appointment this morning. So instead of taking just a couple of hours, it took the whole day, which actually worked out perfectly because those of you who have been keeping track on your calendars, like I have, my Peloton was coming today. My Peloton's here because as I was returning home from said doctor's appointment, I got a text message from my husband who said, hey, I just got this, that they have an opening in their window. It was supposed to be here between 6 and 8 tonight, which he did that because typically I work until 4:30 and then I come home and I film my video, and he thought, okay, she'd have everything out of the way before they come to bring the bike. It has been here now for several hours. So far, my experience has been top-notch. So we ordered a Peloton Bike Plus about 6 to 8 weeks ago, something like that. It's pretty standard delivery time. My husband scheduled delivery on the same day that he ordered it. It was scheduled for today. I have read lots of people who have had, for whatever reason, rescheduled, couldn't make it, inventory issues. I think a lot of that's getting worked out. I really don't know the ins and outs of that. I can only tell you my personal experience, which my personal experience is I had 2 fantastic installers who came. They come in a fully branded Peloton truck. There is nothing covert about this delivery. Backed into the driveway. They have the bike already assembled. The thing that's not is the tablet. They have any accessories that you've also purchased, which in my case is a pair of cycling shoes, and it came with weights and a double-sided workout mat, like a yoga mat. I purchased a bike mat off of Amazon, which was already in place, ready to go. I purchased some other accessories that I'm going to try out as, you know, just like for the comfort level of riding. My goal is after I film this to do I'm going through some of the kind of basics of Peloton and basics of riding videos. So far I've done the videos that help you set up like your seat adjustments and your handlebar adjustments. And then the next ones are going to be the basics of good form, like your cycling form, which is key to making sure I don't have any aches and pains, complaints, other than just I haven't been on a bike in a really long time. I'm not a bike person, but I love cycling for exercise. So there's that. They come in, they have gloves on, they wear masks, very sanitary. It's quick. They've already got the bike assembled, so they literally carry it in, put it in place, plug it in. They give you a quick, brief rundown of some of the features. They install the tablet on there. They make sure it's hooked up to the Wi-Fi. So having your Wi-Fi password is fantastic to kind of speed up that process. They give you all of the support numbers, who they are, so that when you get a survey, you can tell them how wonderful they were, which mine were fantastic. And then you go about kind of setting up your profile and things like that and naming your bike, which I thought naming my child was hard. Naming my car was even easier than this. But I put it out onto Instagram and said, hey, help me come up with a name. Great suggestions. Great suggestions. So many good ones. Some I hadn't even thought of. And my car... So for those of you that don't know or were not here over the last 2 weeks, we purchased an all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E. And Mustangs are wild horses. My daughter, for years, and my husband, let's be honest, and my husband, have watched every single episode multiple times of Spirit. If you're not familiar with Spirit, it is I think it's a DreamWorks show that's on Netflix. They are coming out with a movie, I believe, in the movie theaters in June. Little one is counting down the days to that. But we decided to name my new electric car Spirit. So it is Spirit. And when you look in the app, it says Spirit's charging. Da-da-da-da. So I thought, okay, I wanted to kind of go along with it. And today, it kind of had a little glitchy moment when it was installing the updates and it kind of powered itself off and then it didn't want to come back on. And I was like, oh no, what are we going to do? And I thought, you know what? Let's go with something that kind of goes along with that. And so if you're familiar with the show, you know that each of the girls, the main characters, have their own horses. And there's one that's kind of a little bit bonkers. And his name is Boomerang. He is Abigail. Abigail's one of my favorite characters. Probably my favorite character. She's kind of the quirky, funny one. She's very caring about animals. And she reminds me a lot of my daughter. Very whimsical. But her horse is a little bit of a toot. And so since this bike was already giving me a run for my money, I'm calling it Boomerang. So the bike is Boomerang that goes along with Spirit the car, and it just kind of goes along with all that it is. So anyway, that being said, I have had a couple of requests to do kind of a video of what a Peloton looks like, my first impressions, my experience, and then kind of how I feel after my first couple of rides. So I'm going to start kind of working on that video. It'll maybe be a compilation in a week or two. So be watching for that. So yeah, that's enough of that. It has been raining off and on all week. Miserable, dreary, chilly. It's been in like the 50s and 60s. So super not fun. It was rainy today. So after I went to the doctor, I pretty much came home and I haven't been anywhere since because, no. Joyful little one did go to school because they were having like a fun run today. And so that was super, super fun for her. So yeah, other than that, we have had a great week. This was a good week. She rocked a math test, made 104, which is fantastic. And we're within about 24 school days to the end of the year. Woohoo! So yay, summer is on the horizon. We have some end of the year testing coming up. It's not high stakes testing, it's just achievement testing. So it's really super calm and casual. I'm super pumped because we've been having conversations about next year. I am changing job positions. I don't want to share too much about that right now, but I'm super pumped about it. Like, I'm super pumped, and yeah, I can't wait to share that. So today, what do we have? We have some people I want to thank for Fancy Floss. We're going to do our hugs in just a minute. I have a giveaway I need to share who won from last week. I have a giveaway I want to share this week, but it's going to be closer to the end because it's coming from some of my stash. I have what I worked on this week, which includes a start and a finish and some good progress on some projects. And then I have some what came this week, some hallelujah. So let's get our hug going. Let's get our hug on. This is our 100th video's hugs. So here we go. On this channel, we hug. We virtual hug because we just do. Because we care about each other. This is our community, and this community does hugs. And I am standing strong on that. So let's do our hugs. Ready, set, hug on this side. And hug on this side. And a hug to yourself. And I will say, I have had no caffeine today. I just slept really well, and I'm super pumped about going and getting on my bike. So yeah, hopefully my booty doesn't hurt too bad come tomorrow, that I don't want to get on the bike, because I've heard that's a problem. And I might be buying me some padded bike shorts. Those are a thing. Okay, so in the description box below, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link. I do not drink coffee, however, so it's Buy Me a Fancy Floss. And I had some folks buy me some Fancy Floss this past week. And so I wanted to say thank you so much to these folks. It is never a requirement to hang out with me on Fridays, Saturdays, whatever day you're watching this, or morning or night or middle of the night, whatever you're watching this. It's never a requirement to buy me a Fancy Floss. If you do, that is spectacular and super appreciated. If you don't have the means to do that, I totally get where you're coming from on that. Excuse me. I just finished a smoothie, and the kale is making some bubbles in my stomach. I typically say kale no to kale as it stands, but it's good in the smoothie. So these folks, since my last video, bought me at least one Fancy Floss. So thanks so much to the following folks: Beth D, Carol T, Sammy J, Material Pursuits, Lynette D, who is stitching my stash, Beth of Be More Creative, Nell, Terry, Pam D, and Jennifer I. So thank you all so much. High fives, you rock. Thank you so much. Like, thank you. So appreciative, so appreciative. Whew. So let's talk about who won the giveaway from last week. So last week, I had finished stitching on Lizzie Kate's Wise Men Still Seek Him. As far as I know, this chart is still in print. You can get it through 123 Stitch. I had purchased mine quite some time ago from my local needlework shop. I know that now, excuse me, 123 Stitch has all the printing rights for the Lizzie Kate's charts. So if you're looking for a Lizzie Kate and you want to find the easiest access to all of them, my guess would be 123 Stitch. Can you find them at other shops? Absolutely. But 123 Stitch is a great place to look if you would like to. So I decided I was going to pass it along with the called for Fancy Flosses, which are week's dye work. So it's Cocoa Schneckly Blackboard, and I will fix these up nicely. Guacamole, Whitewash, which is basically B5200-ish, and Jaybird. So there's 6 week's dye works that are on bobbins. I barely used anything because this is a small chart. So I said, if you were interested in stitching this, to please comment in the description box of last week's video with the word wise. So many good comments a lot of them said it would be wise to fill out the Happy Mail form. That is absolutely the case. That is like #1 policy of giveaways, is if you do not fill out the link below to my Google Happy Mail form and your name is called, if you have not filled it out, I'd pick someone else. That is the easiest way for me to, when I sit down, I have every bit of information. I can do mass mailing, get everything out to everybody. Needless to say, the person who was chosen this week has filled it out, might be the luckiest person in the whole wide world, and needs to immediately go buy a lottery ticket, because if you watch a number of Flosstube folks who do giveaways, you hear this person's name a lot. She's a dear, dear Stitchy friend of mine, so I was pumped when her name came up first. I was shocked when her name came first, and I thought, oh, good gravy, everybody's going to think that I picked her. I promise to you 100% that random YouTube comment picker must have her with some incredible odds. Like, she needs to go to Vegas with these odds. Because Jenny, Long Dog Stitcher, you will be receiving Wise Men with the Fancy Floss. I need to go and change my name to Jenny Long Dog Stitcher, because she wins all the cool stuff. She won a huge prize pack from Jen Upton. She's won stuff from Pam and Steph. She's won stuff from me before. Like, Jenny, what is it? Do you sprinkle magic dust in the comments? I mean, your comments are awesome. I love that you, like, come up with ways to hashtag me. Hashtag, you win all the giveaways. Everybody's mad at you. Okay, maybe not mad. Jealous of you. I'm jealous of you. Hashtag, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, stitch all the charts that you won. Anyway, I love Jenny. She's awesome. If you do not watch her, she doesn't make videos frequently enough for my tastes, but when she does, they're spectacular, and she stitches all the long dogs on 40 count, and it's phenomenal. And she's phenomenal and hysterical. Have I said enough to make you go find Jenny over at Long Dog Stitcher? And it's Long, D-A-W-G, Long Dog. And yes, you have to put the emphasis on the G. Yep, sure do. Let's talk some stitching, folks, shall we? We shall. All right, so I put some time into this little project because I just wanted something small I could take with me back and forth to work on a little bit, maybe at lunchtime. I didn't put a ton into it, but I did work a little bit. This is You Are Loved. It is a chart by Cherry Hill Stitchery. You can find them on Etsy. I am stitching this on an 18 count Aida with a selection of flosses that I chose myself. It is still in the hoop, I guess, in hopes. I think I'm hoping to get this finished by the end of the school year to give it to who it goes to. So it's a collection of not Classic Colorworks, Color and Cotton, and some other fancy flosses. So this is where I am. I've put in more of this purple, I think, since the last time I showed it. I went ahead and stitched in R, which is in Color and Cotton Pickle, which is such a good color. And I have You and a couple more flower details, like one flower here and maybe a flower motif over here. And then I'm done. I think there's like a little flower right here. So yeah, this one will hopefully be done before the end of the school year. We shall see. I love it. It's such a good stitch. The typography on it is fantastic. So yes, I'm happy I spent some time on that. I will get back to it. All right. This was a start that I decided to start this past Saturday. And this is Lizzie Kate's Nutcracker Sleds. So it comes with all 3 charts. I am stitching this one for my brother. I stitched him a Nutcracker ornament last year. I did the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery one that was in a Just Cross Stitch magazine. So I am always on the lookout for really good small Nutcracker charts. And so I thought this one was great. And I had never stitched the perforated paper with the sled before. So I went ahead and pulled colors just from my stash. It was either what was called for or close. And then like I chose to swap in Sulky Black. I've got 3865, not 365. I've got a teal. So yes, I got to start on this, like I said, last Saturday. And this is what I have so far. So I have some more details of his face, some details in his hat, his arms, his legs and boots, and then the whole background gets filled in. So this was fun to stitch on. I can't stitch on this for a long time because it makes my hand cramp. I have some tendonitis in my hands, and I have found that knitting inflames it, but also apparently stitching with perforated paper does too. So I need to look into if this is something I want to continue on with perforated paper. I've seen some folks who put them on stretcher bars or like a canvas, and they take the canvas off of it, like a unfinished canvas, and they kind of tack it down. So that might be something that would get me in with a thicker grip. I think it's the holding in a pinch like this that gets me. All right. I think that I worked on this after we spoke last week. I think. If I showed it last week, I apologize. This is Nitka Moscow, partnered with Barbara Anna Designs. It is a Barbara Anna design. Nitka Moscow has the kit for Christmas tree. I think some of these are back in stock or will be soon because her shipments have come in of her floss and fabric, which is Zweigert, which is fantastic. I am stitching this with the kit floss and the kit, I think it's Lugana, and it's in a Love You More Studio Co sleeve. And I think what I had shown you last week is that I had outlined or tent stitched a bunch of the green. Well, I went back and did the full X's. So the chimney, this is part of a stocking, this tree, these presents. So yes, super cute. This is 25 count Lugana, 2 strands of floss over 2 Lugana threads. So it ends up being about a 12.5 count, like the equivalent of that, which this is not my first project I've stitched that way, and I love it. It's a very easy stitch, so if you're wanting to kind of bump up to even weave and try it out and you're an Ada stitcher, go to 25 count and do it over 2. It makes it big, but it's a great way to get your brain thinking go over 2 strands. That's my 2 cents. All right, let me show you my finish. I think I showed this project last week. I'm not sure if I did. I think I did because somebody said that they had to run out and buy it immediately. This is Holy Night, which is Barbara Anna Designs. I am in the throes of Barbara Anna April, along with Michelle Bendy Stitchy, Cade's Crafts, Stephanie of Cade's Crafts, Pam, Erin 2 Martini Stitcher, and I. We just decided we all have enough Barbara Annas between the lot of us to like suffice for the whole month and beyond, because we all love Barbara Anna. Who doesn't love Barbara Anna? She's fantastic. Well, anyway, Holy Night. This was in Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine, the 2020, I believe. Now I've got to see if I'm right about that. No, just kidding. I think it's the 2019 Christmas winter issue. I might be wrong. So if you're looking for this and it's not on Creative Poppy, because I don't think it is yet, and you are looking at Punch and Needle Primitive Stitcher, I think you can go back and see what patterns are in there before you buy the back issue. So check out, but I think it's 2019. The problem is the printing of it is really small and it's on a dark part of the photograph. So yeah. I stitched this on 18 count Vintage Country Mocha, 2 strands of floss over just the 1 square of Ada in the called for DMC or close. So it's finished. It's so cute. I love it. So I am going to do a hoop finish on this, much similar to the picture. I will probably wrap my hoop in something. I am not sure what yet. Maybe yarn. I've not done yarn before and I have a lot of it. So yeah, I'm super pumped about how this turned out. It was a fun stitch, as are a lot of Barbara Annas. I like that I'm checking some Barbara Annas off my list. So yeah, yay. All All right, it did have another new start this week. I had talked about this last week. I am in the process of working on my mom's ornaments this year from the Noah's Christmas Arc series. I am doing honeybees, and this week I started the whales, which are basically full coverage. I think they are full coverage. And this is on an 18 count mystery Aida from Mystic Fabrics. And I basically have some outline of the whale. It calls for DMC 822, which for my fabric is not wide enough for my liking. So I have swapped out this white, and I did the white with the doves that I finished for this Christmas with Classic Colorworks Bamboo. And I think it pops nicely. And I'm doing 2 strands over 1 Aida, so on that 18 count. And this is in a Stitch Toolbox bag that was from their winter mystery box, Christmas mystery box, I think is what it was called. All right, so then for a challenge prompt, I needed to stitch in like white, black, gray, blue, or black maybe. I can't remember. And so I thought, what better excuse than to pull out my long dog. This is High and Dry. This is a newer chart. And I am stitching this on, sorry, it's a little crackly, 16 count blush Aida from Color and Cotton. And I am using Sulky White, which is 1001. So it is like the true white, the bright white. And this is a Creative Carol bag with the pretty Tula pink cone flowers. And I got a bunch more put over here in this area. So I love it. Let me put this behind so I don't have the lights glaring through on that picture. I just love this. I'm excited because I think the next thing I'm going to work on up here is the whale. Because it's just so cute. And I love the little acorns hanging from the tree. And I love stitching with the sulky on this. It's wonderful coverage. It's a game changer when it comes to stitching with white. Let me just say. Highly recommend. And you really cannot beat a 300-yard spool of this for about $6. Something along those lines. I do still have this on the hoop just because I do. So I worked on that a bit. See, I've got 2 more things to show. These are my Whip Go pieces. Last weekend was Whip Go weekend. I did meet my goals. One of my goals was to spend one day or one day-ish on Santa's Trips Sal. This was a Sal that was started last July. It's long since over, has 9 parts. You can still buy the full chart at creativepoppy.com. This is in a bag that Mandy sent to me that she made with joy, quilted on it. I love it. This is on 18 count Coffee Club Aida from Be Stitch Me. I love this fabric. I love this color. And the flosses I am using are close to the called for, but they're just a mixture of fancy flosses. Yup. And I worked on this a bit. I worked in this block. I finished out the houses. I put in some more of the white of the snow, some of the white of the rooftops and the white snowflakes. I put in the red of the flowers on the tree. So yeah, it's coming along. Oh, that's a better shot of it. I love this piece. There's a part of me that kind of was like, should I maybe like do these as small ornaments instead of the big? I'm starting to think, I think I'm going to be okay. It just feels like my margins are really wide up here and are maybe not going to leave me a whole lot of space down here. Now, granted, okay, I think I'm going to be all right. It just seems like it might be a little close. We'll see. It may be a modified finish. If I get like 2 done, like I may go down next and see where I am. And I may end up just doing like a four block, picking my 4 favorites. We'll see. I'm not sure about that. All right, and then I am currently working on, this is my other Whip Go piece. Whip Go is a fantastic idea that Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff came up with a couple years ago. She started a Facebook group last year. I jumped on board with it last year, but fell off the wagon because one, my goals were way not feasible. And so I got very discouraged by that. Plus, some of the projects I put on my board didn't really care that much about. And I don't know that any of them made it out of the year last year. Well, I'm not sure about that. So I really sat down and focused on what are the projects that I really would love to see significant progress on, that I love stitching on, and I put those in. And so far, I met my goals in January, met them in February, and met them in March. I did days goals, like number of days, and it's for the whole year. So this month, it picked 2 projects that both have 14 days on them. So Santa's Trip Sal has had 1 day so far. Actually, I may have stitched on it already some this year. I need to look. But if I haven't, it's got 13 days slotted starting today. I am going to work on that tonight. The other one is Hello Dear. I started Hello Dear last Friday for day 1. Now, it might have been worked on this year. Okay, anywho. And I have 14 days slotted. So I think it gets me somewhere around middle of next week. So there is some overlap in them. But I am pumped about the progress on this. This is Caterpillar Cross Stitches Hello Dear. I am currently working through release 2. This is 1, 2, and 3. So I have release 1 complete, which is this. I am currently working right here in release 2. And then we'll be moving to release 3 to do the precious little bunny and the other big poinsettia and things like that. So I am currently working in release 2. This was a complete kit that Sally of Caterpillar Cross Stitch sent to me to share my progress on. This is long since finished, but you can still get the chart and maybe even a kit. I'm not sure. I did get mine with the even weave. I believe it's 32 count even weave. And I actually chose to swap out my fabric. I switched over to a 32 count Splash Powder Pink with white dots Lugana fabric. And I'm stitching this 2/2 with the kit flosses, which are DMC. Let me move my needle minder real quick. Let's put this robin by this robin. I was still in my hoop because I'm obviously still working on this, but I've gotten a bunch done since I showed this last week. I filled in the squirrel. I don't think he was filled in. I've done a bunch of the different foliage. I've made it all the way over here. I'm kind of doing color complete within the second release. So I've got a little bit more. I would love to say that my ultimate goal would be to get release 2 done during this Whip Go rotation. I just don't remember how much more I have. I think I can easily get release 2 done. Do I think I can get release 3 done also? I don't think so. There's 5 parts. I'd love to get it half complete with my Whip Go progress this year. So like 2.5 releases. So if I could get release 2 and the bunny complete, that might be good. But then I'm thinking, do I want to do all the foliage? No, because the bunny's easier to count off than the foliage. Okay, here I go rambling on. That is all she wrote for what I worked on this week. So plans. Plans are, Hello Dear. This is an 11 more studio code. This is the full-size sleeve. I know that it sometimes is helpful if you're going to go buy sleeves to see the difference. So this is the full-size sleeve, okay? This will hold a full-size chart. It just sticks out just a little bit. And this is the regular size sleeve. And this is perfect for like half-size charts or even smaller. So I love these. They're padded book sleeves that thanks so much to Michelle Mindy Stitchy. She was the first one I saw showing them as a great way to store your projects, because I don't typically keep things on hoops or frames or key snaps, but like everything I've showed is still on it. But I'm kind of still in the process of, guys, somebody asked me, where are you with your whip count? I actually don't know completely. I'm not really worried with that number. I was really worried with that number when I hit that number, which was like 134 back in October. But now I'm just enjoying the ride. And I have a lot of projects I haven't touched in a while, but their time will come. Right now I'm focusing on my whip goes. I'm focusing on some of my Barbara Annas. I think at this point I probably will try to pull in some more of my Barbara Annas this next week. So we'll see. I'm not real sure. But plans are for sure getting my time into my 2 whip go pieces so I can meet those goals. So now let's talk stash. Yeah, stash. Oh, and we're halfway through the month, so I feel pretty good about where I am with my progress. Oh, it's a little heavy this week. Oh, here we go. It's joy-filled stash time. It's joy-filled stash time. And the first thing I'm going to show you is I got a special edition box from Black Needle Society. The problem is, with all the rain, my box was soaked practically through. So I had to, I didn't even really have to rip into the box. That's how wet it was. I literally had to pull a piece of tape and the whole box basically fell open. So thankfully, I think only 1 or 2 things got moderately wet, but everything else was packaged so lovely that it's not a problem. But I don't have my box to show you. So I do, however, have the flyer. It did get wet, but it's okay. It's dried. But this is the Black Needle Society Up All Night Special Edition. This was up for order a ways back. And on the 30th, I believe, of this month, they're doing an all-night retreat, overnight retreat on Facebook. I'm hashtag Team Sleep all the way. Just being honest about who I am. So I don't know how much. I will probably do a check-in at night and a check-in early in the morning when I wake up, but I don't know how much I'll be up in the night. Who knows? It could be a rip-roaring good time. So this box is different from the subscription boxes that I get. These are ones that have kind of an event to go along with them. They still are a curated theme. They are typically maybe a little more expensive than the retreat boxes, than the bi-monthly boxes. I don't think this one was that much more because it's only a 1-day retreat. Frogwarts was more expensive. The other one, Night Garden, that I'm doing in July, it was also a little more expensive. But this one goes with the theme quite well. The first thing, and I don't know how I'm going to show this. I'm sure somebody has shown it in an unboxing somewhere. We got a super squishy, awesome blanket that says, let me find the top of it. Oops, I've got it upside down. Just one more stitch. Just one more stitch. And it has kind of a moon theme. It's awesome. It's super soft. It's awesome. And I think the graphics were done by Katie. So fantastic job. I'm going to have to hide this or it will get hijacked from me, blanket jacked. We call it that in our house because every nice, soft, squishy blanket gets blanket jacked by a cute little blonde child of mine. So let me see what else we have in here. So we have kind of a plethora of different things. So in this fun, fanciful rose, chiffon-y bag are some plug-in, they're USB plug-in clip starlights. So what's really cool is you can hang these up and then you can hang a picture, a journaling card, something, an ephemera, something. So these are super fun. We got some, this is from Cereal Starter, super cool hollow label. And this is whipped soap sugar scrub, and the scent is in Fruit Loops. It smells like Fruit Loops, guys. Wish you had smell-o-vision. Look at how pretty that is. So I'm going to try this. We'll see. I have typically kind of some sensitive skin, but there's nothing really in here that would make me think, oh, you shouldn't try it. We'll do a spot test. Some beautiful fabric from Be Stitch Me. So this is, I did the 16 count Aida option. It's a fat 8 of opalescent in the colorway Cosmos. Now I will say, watch in the next couple of weeks on the, oh, that's so pretty. That's the fabric. I don't know what I'm going to put on this. Watch the Black Needle Society website. They have a section called The Vault. And in the vault, they'll put extras. I don't know what of this might be extra, but they will put up any extras. They make sure everybody's gotten their box and everything arrived copacetically and things like that. This did get moderately wet, which is a bummer. Like up here in the corner, it's still a little damp. But it's a door hanger. Go away, I'm stitching. I could theoretically see myself using this frequently. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's cute, but I might cut it down and put it in like my stitchy journal. Like not my stitchy journal, but my planner. My stitchy planner. We have a fun like scissor fob or bag fob. And it was designed by Black Needle Society. It's beautiful and it says Stay Wild Moon Child. So I think that's pretty. I don't know what I'll do with it exactly, but I like it. Love anything gold. What else did we get? We got a chart. We got a Tiny Modernist chart. This is up all night. I love it. I think it's so cute. That owl is precious. I love this stitching accoutrement. I'm wondering if they did this. It doesn't say that they did this exclusively, but typically if they do something for a box, 6 months to a year, it will be available. But again, check the website. There may be extras. And then one other thing, there's some other stuff, but that's the giveaway. So I'm going to show you kind of the things that I'm super pumped about. I'm keeping. I like the other things, but I don't see myself using them. So I'm going to pass them on. Are some Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers silks. And this is the Dawn to Dusk set. And this color is so rich and saturated. It's beautiful. So let me tell you what the colorways are. This is Shooting Stars, Midnight. It's a beautiful like purpley blue. Love this one. Moon Glow. Stardust. Look at the variegation in that. And Dusk. So pretty. So let me show you these again. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. They're beautiful. And each of them has 48 yards. And this is the single-stranded silk, which means it's similar to what thread I've used from Thread Pickers. It means you pull off one single strand. You don't ply it at that point. It's not like a 6-ply or a 12-ply or a 10-ply. Those are so pretty. They kind of shimmer even. And of course they come in the most awesome little perfect packaging, like a little clamshelly box. Clamshelly. So now let's chat about what I'm going to give away from this box. So, a couple of things. Must be 18. I will ship anywhere. Please do not say giveaway free. You know, those kind of buzzwords that might get somebody to find my video, enter, but have no intention of like being one of my stitchy friends. Okay? If you're a new stitchy friend and you stumble upon this because I'm doing a giveaway, fantastic. Please enter. You're awesome. Big thing, use that Google link down below that says Google Happy Mail form to make sure I have your mailing info. If you have filled it out previously, you do not have to do it again unless you've moved. And then what happens is if I have 2 addresses for you, 2 entries, I go with the newer of the 2 because I'm like, oh, they've moved. So here are the things that I want to pass along to one of you. So first off, there are some Heartstring Samplery stickers. This is the coffee sticker series. Well, you know, I'm not a big coffee drinker. So while these are amazing and I love them, they're her coffee sampler series in sticker form. I want to pass them along to one of you. So this will be included in the little prize pack. The other thing will be some Lady Doc Creates beeswax. It's the Up All Night beeswax. I don't use beeswax, but it's 2 owls. So I'll be sending that. And I want to get these sent out because it's getting hot in here in Texas. And then there's a fanciful gourmet lollipop that when I read, I didn't know what flavor it was. I read the pamphlet and it says it's espresso. And so I don't know if it has actually espresso in it, or it just has espresso flavoring, but I will not run the risk of having the caffeine. So this will be included. And then lastly, this is good. It is the needle minder. It's the exclusive needle minder. So it says, sleep is for the weak, coffee is for the strong. So again, the coffee stickers, the exclusive needle minder in the packaging, coffee stickers, the fanciful lollipop, and the beeswaxers in the cute owl shapes. I will be sending these to someone. So I would like for you to use the word night, N-I-G-H-T, night, in your comment. And I will pick a winner next week. So please use the word, fill out the form so I can send it to you. Yes, yes, yes. I will say, I have loved every single one of my Black Needle Society boxes. They have been top notch. This one is top notch. Do not get me wrong. It just had some stuff in it that was not curated specifically for me. But that's going to happen. This is going to be somebody's best box. My best box was probably one from before. So, hold tight just a second, guys. Not really sure what I was saying. I haven't had to pause my video in quite some time. But it's 3:45, which means Joy-Filled Little One just got picked up at school by my mama. By her grandmother. Anywho, I think what I was saying was that this box may be somebody's, like, perfect box. This was not my perfect box. And that's okay because it allowed me to pass on some of these treasures to y'all and maybe get you hooked on some Black Needle Society boxes. I purchased this box with my own money. I am not an affiliate. I am not a rep. I am not a VIP. I'm not any of that. I just love their products. And I think Katie and Laura and Athena do a fantastic job curating these boxes and getting them sent out. I cannot imagine. I'm super pumped because I think the Christmas pre-orders, the ones for the Christmas one, are coming like next month or something. I did skip the Halloween box, and it sold out in like record time. I think it's going to be epic. I'm going to love watching people open it. The 31 treats. Halloween's not my thing. And I knew I wanted the Christmas one, and I would love to do some sort of nitty advent, maybe. So I kind of had to say, I can't do a Halloween. Halloween's not my jam. So that would just be buying because FOMO. But what am I missing out on if it's not my thing? Anywho, let's look at some other things I got. So my friend Denise Henry is still destashing. She's added more yarn. So if you go over to her Instagram, and it's Denise Henry Destash Yarn. I got myself some Knit Picks Sport Weight Comfy yarn. So this is like 3 different lots of yarn. So I've got 4 skeins of this color, which is Dough, which is a really pretty brown. There's some other dark brown called Fedora. And then this was, I think, 2 different lots. So we've got some red and yellow. This is like 2 half skeins maybe, or like a skein and a third. Some green. So kind of a Christmas and like even like a fall Halloween-ish could be. So yeah, I looked. Knit Picks does not sell on their website currently Comfy Sport Weight. They have Comfy Worsted and Comfy Fingering. But I have purchased Comfy Sport before, I believe, for some baby items way back when. And it's a favorite of mine to work with. So I'm going to come up with something to do with those. I don't know what. But yeah. I did get my Coloring Cotton Fabric of the Month that I get from Crazy Annie's. This is the February. So if you have not gotten your Color Ada or your Neutral Ada, avert your eyes. I get the 18 count Color Club. So this month, this was February, is Pixie. That was the Color Club, 18 count. And then I get 20 count Neutral. And this is Cottage Stone. And I think I have Cottage Stone in 18 count, but it's a beautiful kind of grayish color. So I was excited to get those. March is coming soon, I think. I'm not too concerned with it. It's not like I don't have fabric to stitch on. It's really not like I'm kidding anything up. So I am part of a yarn and project bag club called Flockbuster that is through Forbidden Fiber Co. They're the yarn component. And then Erin Lane Bags. So how it works is they partnered up and you sign up for the full year. Every other month is a yarn inspired by a movie. And then the alternating months are a bag that coordinates with that movie and the yarn that was sent. So last month, I received my yarn from Forbidden Fiber Co. It was a fingering weight that goes along with Robin Hood. And so I get the just standard membership. And so it includes a sock bag from Erin Lane. I love it. And they always, they typically, I think, feature these funky little sheep. It's kind of her mascot. And obviously it is Robin Hood. And it's a great size. It's durable feeling. It's got like this that you can clip on your bag. It's super nice. I'm so pumped. And so, yeah. I got that. And then next month will be another yarn month. So it will be a new movie. And then the following month will be a bag all the way till the end of the year. I was talking last week about a finish I had, and it was Strawberry Time by Barbara Anna Designs. And somebody mentioned, I don't remember if it was here or over on Instagram, that a shop that they are familiar with, it's called Privies and Prims. You can find them on Etsy. It's etsy.com/shop Privies and Prims. Is getting prepared to move, and so they're trying to clear out some of their horn books before they move. So they have some listings up for, it's just kind of a, like, you know the size and the color, but you don't know what color. Does that make sense? So like this was a mystery blue, and it was kind of this more rectangular, so I got this pretty primitive like medium blue, and then the other one I got was this square with this real rusticy light blue. Super fast shipping, super reasonable. I don't know what they have left, but Privies and Prims, I will definitely look for them again. I think one of these might work for, I'm thinking this one might work for Strawberry Time. We'll see. If not, I think they're great finishing pieces. All right, so what else did I get? Oh, I have seen these on so many people's floss tubes, and I had to buy 2 of them. Where's my thing? So these are from, oh my gosh. There it is. Oh, I'm turning. Problem with the swivel chair. R.N.R. Woodworks. And they are on Instagram. That's where you do your ordering from. It's R, the letter N, R Woodworks. And they do a lot of different beautiful wood things. Like right now they're doing, they're trying out tailor claps, which are the things you put on after you iron that hold the heat down and it'll flatten your seams, especially for like a quilter. Or you're doing some finishing and you want your seams to be really flat. They have some iPad stands, chart stands, some other things. They're all beautifully. These are the things that I've seen on a lot of folks' videos, which are the Floss Winders. So this is a 9-inch Floss Winder. So how this works is you take your skein of DMC, and if you want your links to be 18 inches. So this is actually would be good for like a week's dye works or DMC if you want to work with shorter lengths, like you're working with 1 strand. I typically with 1 strand, or if I was doing week's dye works or something like that, where I'm using 2 strands of like fancy floss, I would cut it to an 18-inch length. So you wrap. You start at one end and you wrap. And then I believe you cut it like fring and you get 18-inch pieces. So there's that. And then because I really, when I do like, I love when I'm working with DMC doing the loop start. So I typically work with 36-inch pieces. So this won't even hardly fit. Now it will. I got an 18-inch one. So same thing. Wrap, fring, and there you go. So I basically said, I did unfinished, and I said, surprise me. So I got 2 beautiful pieces of wood. I said no cedar, because I am allergic to cedar. I don't know if it would matter if these were cedar. But Prismacolor colored pencils bother me to sharpen, because they're cedar. So anyhow, I got 2 beautiful floss winders, so go check them out. Highly recommend. Super fast shipping, great communication, and now we have some floss. So I got my first month of my nest egg from Trish at 3 Owl Threads. I believe her nest eggs are open. I switched from doing Gentle Arts over to the Sulky Spools. So I get 10 spools. And what I love is they're actually done alphabetically, not numerically, because these each have a name. So it's a combination of some blendables and solids. She sent me a list of what I received, what the number is, and what the name is. So, I got Vintage Holiday, Watermelon, Wildflower. Then I got some blendables. And then these are some fill-ins, I believe. And then now we're back to Almost Black. So it looks like I kind of got in right at the perfect time, which means I'm starting back about the beginning of the alphabet. So I got me my first 10 Sulkies. Awesome. Shipping is included in the price that's listed. Comes super fast. Cannot recommend highly enough that either. And then some more floss came. I got my Just Flossin' Club from Forbidden Fiber Co. So Just Flossin', Forbidden Fiber Co. It is her 12 skein floss club. You get 10 previously released and 2 that are new colorways. So super awesome. It ships super fast. I love it. Leanne is fantastic. So first 2 colors are Old Penny and Black Hole. This is incredible. This reminds me so much of hand-dyed yarn, which is kind of, I think, where Leanne started, is as a yarn dyer. So I love that she's giving kind of some of a nod to that with her flosses, but then she has kind of some of the ones that are great for replacing in projects. So we've got Frost. This, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it is so good. This is Rio. Look at that. That screams like summer. Sterling and Orchid are next 2. Marigold and Jade. Those are my Sick and Bears Baylor colors right there. How about them bears? Class of 03, baby. Pearl and Scarecrow. Actually, Scarecrow came in, I think, one of my boxes from Black Needle Society, maybe? I don't remember where it came. But it came in a box, and that was kind of my first look at their flosses, and they're fantastic. They do come with 6 yards each. So it's a little bit more than your standard fancy floss. Or, yeah, your 5-yard skein. It's a little bit more, so that's good. Dark Cherry and Chocolate Fudge. And Chocolate Fudge says it's an OOK, which means one of a kind. OOAK, excuse me. Those are beautiful. Kind of more along the lines of like a traditional color. So that is my Floss Club. Highly recommend. So to give you a little bit of price point, it is 12 skeins, 6-yard skeins. It is $30 including shipping. It ships super fast. It is an auto renew, but you can cancel whenever. As far as I know, it is open and they are beautiful. So I cannot wait to go add these into my drawer and start using them to do conversions and things like that. So yay! Yay for floss. Okay, so I think we've done everything except Angel Kindness card. So each week I share with you an Angel Kindness card. These are from Teresa Kogut. They are beautiful, very nice cardstock, like glossy cardstock cards of her angel art with sometimes inspirational scriptures, sometimes just inspirational words. I love them. I know they're not for everyone, so I totally get that. But I love to close out my videos with them. So I think this one is beautiful. And it says, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. I think she's beautiful. She's like wistfully looking off to her future. And on the back, I love what this says. It says, dare to dream, think big, make goals, take action, work hard, believe in yourself, trust God. That's like my motto. That is my motto right now. Dare to dream, think big, make goals, take action, work hard, believe in yourself, and trust God. So if you are not Christian, you don't believe in God, let's remove that last line, and this applies to anybody. Dare to dream, think big, make goals, take action, work hard, believe in yourself. But for me, that last one is crucial. Trust God. I do, because everything that has fallen into place has done so for a reason. I didn't know the reason. I didn't have any say in the reason. It made 0 sense until it makes sense. So, I'm super pumped about the week coming up. I'm excited to get kind of more closer. That's bad. That's bad grammar. Closer to the end of the week. Please remember to enter the giveaway if you need to go back to see what the word was or what I'm giving away. Totally fine. Thank you for celebrating my 100th Flosstube. It's been amazing. I'm only about 4 videos away from my 2-year Flosstube anniversary, which is really exciting too and completely unbelievable. If you had said when I filmed my first Flosstube that, one, I'd still be doing it to this day. I would love it as much as I do. I would look forward to it as much as I do. And that I'd have so many amazing Flosstube friends, both here and on Instagram, and just like even my next door, my across the street neighbor is a cross stitcher. And I found that out through this community. Like, how freaking cool is that? So yeah, I did actually last week sit down and with a spare 45 minutes, I watched my first video. It was rocky to start, but I'm pretty proud of myself because yes, I've come quite some way, but in certain respects, I'm still just where I was then. Still just grasping for the right thing to say. Putting it all out there. I don't know what video the singing started in. I'll have to figure that one out. Where the singing started. I need to figure out which video Hello My Flosstube Friend started. I know it started before Joyfield's Dashy Stash Time, I think. And I think both of those started before How I Close My Video, which is, so long, stitch well, I'll see you soon, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. Bye, friends.